Well, good morning. Welcome back to Central Ontario. Getting a little warmer every morning. I love it. Sun's trying desperately to peek through the clouds, but I don't think it's going to win today. Hey, today we're going to put the front end loader on the tractor. So big day for me, getting it ready for spring. But before we start, I wanted to show you something. So if you've got a couple of minutes and a coffee, why don't you meet me around the front of the shed? Cheers. Okay, so we're in the front of the shed here. You probably noticed that you're sitting on ice, and there's a sheet of ice here which turns into large humps of crusty, hard snow, which goes back into a sheet of ice into the shed. A couple of pieces of wood there. And for those of you that probably noticed throughout the winter, you will have remembered my front end loader arms were sitting behind me in the shed here. I thought it was going to be a good idea putting them in the shed this year instead of leaving them outside in the driveway with a tarp on them. However, the point I wanted to make before we start the video, especially for new tractor owners or people considering a tractor, is because even after a year and a half, I think I made a bit of a rookie mistake. Quick hitch or quick attach or SSQA or whatever different manufacturers call their quick on and off attachment mechanisms for implements, front end loader arms, etc., are a really great improvement in tractors because you can move, change, and put implements on and off very quickly now. However, the one condition that they all come with, which sometimes maybe is not emphasized enough, is that in order for them to work properly and for you to get them on and off easily, you have to be on totally flat and level ground, and so does your tractor. Because if you're not level to the implement, you're going to have a hard time trying to hook that thing in or to get things to connect properly, because they're not built with tolerances. So even though I should have known it better, I put the loader arms in here. And I'm about to show you why it's important that when you're taking implements on and off your new tractor or off your tractor, start with the end in mind. In other words, when you're about to take an implement off your tractor and you're going to put it somewhere on your property, think about whether or not you're going to be easily able to put it back on. And I think maybe that'll help, and I'm certainly going to try to do that going forward because I can't believe I did this. Anyways, I know it's a bit of a spoiler alert, but enjoy the video. Let's get the front end loader arms on that tractor and let's get ready for spring. Cheers. Okay, don't forget, before you put your fell on, you need to clean this out a little bit, get some grease on it. And the other side. Should be reasonably clean in there, but you don't know what debris is, hit it over the winter time or since it's been out. So you just want to make sure you don't have a lot of crud and gravel and dust and dirt and things in there. This is supposed to be that grease that's supposed to be good for the winter time as well, so we'll see. It's got some kind of, I forget what element it's got in it, but it costs a little bit more, but it's supposed to be good in the negative temperatures. The same with the other side. Okay, pretty common occurrence that happens every once in a while. You've got a lot of pressure in these hoses, so much pressure that my measly muscles cannot push them back onto the hose connections. So what you can do, I've already checked the other one because I've rounded my joystick and I put it in float. I can tell that there's no pressure behind the connections here on this end, but I know for sure these are full of pressure and I just can't push them on. So what I've done in the past, and again, just what I do, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, is if you loosen up these connections, you don't have to loosen them up much, and only a couple of drops of fluid will come out, but that's all it takes. As soon as you start to loosen this connection off from these two bolts, and in my case, I think it's a 5/8 and a 3/4, as soon as you start to turn it and undo it, you'll see hydraulic fluid, because it's under pressure, will start to leak out, and after you get a few drops out, and literally that's all it is, you'll be able to take something and push the inside of that pin to confirm that there's no pressure left. And all you've got to do is just do that on each of them. I do it on my grapple quite often because in the sunshine in the summertime, the hoses are under heat, so of course the hydraulic oil expands and it creates more pressure. So when I try to hook it up in the middle of the day, I've had to do this a few times. Anyways, I'm just going to do the other couple of connections, get it ready, and then I should be able to push them on. Okay, got the pressure out of all of them. I know that there are also some people that will take a tap and a hammer and pop that middle thing. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I don't know enough about it, but I just figure it's easier to take these off and snug them back really tight. I'm just not so sure about hammering something into the inside of that hose connection, because I figure that's kind of a pretty gentle, kind of sensitive area. But some folks have done that. I've seen that on YouTube. Okay, she should be good to plug in. Oh, much better. Easy as pie now. Okay, let's take a quick break from mounting that front end loader. For the 10K gift contest giveaway, this is question number 4. On Farmer Equipment Sales website, which is www.farmerequipmentsales.com, they sell a lot of different attachments and implements for tractors, as you know. Find the flail mower section, and the question is, how much does the 64-inch flail mower weigh in pounds? Thanks a lot. Let's get back to getting that tractor ready. Cheers. Well, so as usually is the case here with this tractor, every time I use it, I learn something new, or I get a little better at things, or learn the hard way in this case. So last year when I put the front end loader on the tractor last spring, I did it a lot later in the season, and I also had it out here on flat ground. And I put it on after all the snow and the ice had gone. So it was a little easier putting on. So anyways, a couple of learnings today. Hope it's been helpful for a few folks. And as I said, I'm not an expert, so I'm not suggesting this is the way you should do it or try to do it or, you know, undo your hydraulic hoses, but that's what I've learned to do and it seems to work for me. Anyways, that being said, now that I've got it on the tractor, I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna grab my grease gun, grease up my Zerks, make sure everything is in good shape, and then we'll see what adventure is gonna come my way. If you like the channel, please hit subscribe, hit hit the like button. And if you want to know when I'm posting videos, just click that little bell. Have a wonderful week with your families, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.